Hey everybody, welcome. Wilson Creek Winery here. Bill Wilson along with our executive chef Steve and our tasting room extraordinaire Ryan, who's our sommelier, and we are going to bring you some food and wine pairing today. And oh man, it looks so good. I can't wait to dive into it after it's done. These two work so hard to make sure that everything comes together. And so we are here at the Wilson Creek Manor, which is right across the street from Wilson Creek. It's a 12,000 square foot, 10 bedroom vacation rental. You should check it out next time as a family reunion. We've had ours here, it works great. Anyway, expansive kitchen, we got everything we need. You ready, Chef?
I'm ready.
I'm going to step out of the way. I'm going to let you two guys
Let's do this.
From here. Let's do this. Cheers, all.
All right. So let me make one correction. Chef Steve's going to be doing all the hard work, and I'm going to be drinking, so not a lot of hard work on my end. So the wine that we're going to be pairing today with Chef Steve's wonderful dish here, and what is the name of the dish that you're...
We're going to be doing a Kurobuta Pork Shank.
All right, that's a mouthful. And we're going to be pairing that with the Bourbon Barrel Zinfandel. I know this is a crowd favorite, and if you haven't had it yet, you may want to pair it with this dish.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Absolutely.
So while you get started and walk us through, I'm going to open this bottle and start drinking.
All right, go for it.
All right.
So we're doing a dish called a Colcannon. Colcannon, the origination of that is it's an Irish dish. It's a one-pot meal. Traditionally, it's mashed potatoes, some onions, some whole grain mustard. You saute all that together, some cabbage, and you just eat it up. What we're going to do today is we're going to put our own spin on it, do a little dish that we do in the restaurant for dinner on Friday and Saturday night. We're going to add some house-smoked Kurobuta pork shanks. We smoke them, we shred them, and then we add all that together in this dish that we're going to make today. Okay?
Sounds great.
All right, we'll get started.
All right.
You want to tell them?
And I'll stop making so much noise with this cork here. So
okay.
Our Bourbon Barrel Zinfandel, this is the second wine that we've made like this. Is the second generation of it. It's a non-vintage Bourbon Barrel Zinfandel, and we had such a great feedback from this in the concept stages a couple years ago that we are actually, this is the second generation of it. And this is actually Zinfandel red wine that's aged in oak barrels that were used for bourbon at one time, and they actually get some of that flavor from it, so it's really cool. All right.
They do. I've had it, and he's not lying. So we're going to get started while Ryan's pouring. We're going to go ahead and add our cabbage, our pulled pork, and some leeks to some canola oil that I have heated up behind me over here.
There you go. Have one. Chef, I poured one for you too.
Excellent.
There's nothing safer than drinking a bunch of wine while you cook over an open flame.
Right?
I do it every day at home. So
Little for the food, a lot for me.
That's it. That's it. All right. So what do we got going on in the pan here?
So right now we've got our shredded smoked pork. We've got our sliced leeks, and we've got our cabbage. The cabbage has been pre-cooked and diced into about 1 inch squares. So we're just gonna heat that through. Technically, everything's already cooked. The pork has been smoked. The cabbage has been cooked. The only raw ingredient really are the leeks, so it should be pretty quick to heat up. Just want to make sure you heat it all the way through.
So I like smoking meat. So what do you use to smoke this, and how long do you typically smoke this?
These we used pecan wood.
Oh, okay.
I like to use pecan or cherry with pork because pork traditionally picks up the fruit flavors.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. They are the shanks. They're about 1 pound shanks, bone in. So they took about 2 hours to smoke, about 250 degrees.
Really cool.
And we do all of our own smoking and everything here at the winery. So
I haven't had this dish yet, but I would assume some of that cherry wood smoking of the pork would really marry well with the Zinfandel. The Zinfandel has a great fruit as a fruit bomb. So
absolutely, yeah. And that's the reason why we're pairing it too, is because again, pork generally picks up those fruitier flavors. If you do a sauce with pork, generally it's a fruitier sauce. Currants, blueberries, dried fruit, that kind of stuff.
Perfect. So you're pretty much explaining this wine right now.
All of that is picked up in that wine.
So I
did have a bottle 2
You don't
nights
even
ago,
need
so
me.
I know.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to switch sides with you here.
Yeah, go ahead and switch sides. So all of that is heated through now. So we're going to go ahead.
All right.
We're going to add some whole grain mustard.
I love mustard. What does mustard bring to this dish?
It just kind of brings a little acidity to it.
Okay.
A little bit of that zip that you need in there.
Like
so
another layer of flavor?
Yeah, another layer so it's not so flat.
Right. You know, this reminds me of with the mashed potatoes is like a shepherd's pie. When you said Ireland,
Sort of.
is it kind of that
Sort
same
of.
idea? Yeah.
And you can do, as far as your ratios, if you want more potato than meat, go ahead. If you want more meat than potato, go ahead. If you want totally vegetarian, you can do that. Originally, it was a vegetarian dish.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
Okay. That would have been good.
For you.
For me.
So really, once you get everything in there, you're just going to kind of mix it all together.
Okay. What's the sauce? You got the mustard in there. What other kind of sauce do you have going on in there?
For this one right now, nothing. That's it, just the mustard.
Okay.
Just the mustard. What you can do, I've done it in the past, is when you're done with it, you can do almost like if you're making a hash and you top it with an egg.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You can do
Ooh,
that.
I love
And if
doing
you did that, you cut into that, and your egg yolk would be your sauce as
good.
well. Actually, and that is what we do in the restaurant.
You're not
on
yoking,
Friday,
are
Saturday
you?
night. I'm not yoking.
Yeah, that would be a great,
Not even a
great
little.
addition to it. Yeah.
I'm going to add a little more potato to it.
All right. You say potato?
I say potato.
There you go. So the one thing that's been really popular about this style of wine is the alcohol percentages. A lot of times coming in the taste room, one of the questions we get asked most is what has the most alcohol? I think people had a rough week or something the week before. This is definitely up there. I think it's at 16.7, which is anything above 14 is pretty high. So that's a real high alcohol percentage, and this definitely has it.
And then last, because anytime you're cooking anything, you want to make sure you season well. So last one,
All right.
salt and pepper.
Those are words of wisdom for life, I think.
Right.
That's very philosophical right there. Can you do BAM or something? Or is
That's copyright of
that
that.
copyright? You can't do the BAM thing. Okay. Boom. Can you do boom?
Boom, boom.
All right.
All right. So
That was quick.
it's really fast.
Because the meat's already cooked. It's smoked, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about cooking
A lot of the work comes in your prep. So.
Oh, okay.
But everything else, cooking the cabbage, cooking the pork, you can do that a day or two ahead of time.
Is that right?
Yeah. So
This would be a good family meal, huh?
absolutely.
Yeah, good.
As you can see, it stretches a long way.
There you go.
We didn't start with much, and we ended up with a lot.
So you could do this with the Bourbon Barrel Zin, and the Bourbon Barrel Zin would be for the parents, not the kids, and then the kids could love all the food and big family meal going here.
What you do in your own home is none of my business.
Very European, huh?
You're right.
Yeah. I think this would go really well with a big pint of Guinness too. Mm-hmm. I would guess, huh?
And this actually sells pretty well, like I said, for our dinners on Friday, Saturday night in a restaurant.
Yeah, so in case you didn't know, we have dinner service. It's new that we started off, and it's on Friday and Saturday night. So from 5 to 8 o'clock, we are serving dinner, and we have this item and some other brand new items that we're serving. And it has actually opened up a couple weeks, or last week, and has really been a great success for us, and everybody's enjoying it. So a dinner service at Wilson Creek Winery. Who would have thunk it, huh?
So pretty simple, rustic. In my opinion, delicious, but I guess I'm biased.
So the presentation, what do you got going on there? That's where I always screw up.
Yeah, just whatever you want to do to make it look pretty. Here I've got some basil blossoms.
All
Just,
right.
you know, when the tops of the basil go to seed.
Yeah,
These
just for some color.
are called fire sticks.
Great.
Yeah, just for color.
All right, so we have Bill's going to come back and taste this dish because he is the CEO and the owner, and I'd be disrespectful if I didn't let him have the first bite.
No, let's be honest. He's actually a vegetarian. And,
That's the truth.
And there's no harm or foul against that. And
I do eat
respect
foul.
the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard to be a vegan or a vegetarian. You're not vegan, but you're vegetarian.
No, I eat chicken and fish, but
Oh, he's a white meat vegetarian.
There you go. I don't know what you-
Life. That's okay. It's a white meat vegetarian.
Yeah, and a lot of white.
I particularly like red meat, and I was very jealous, so I kind of volunteered for this. If you had smell-o-vision right now,
scratch and sniff.
it just smells divine
Yeah.
in here. I just want you to know that. So we're going to try to do this without being rude or obnoxious. So
Just, chew with your mouth closed and then you got How is it? Did you burn your mouth?
the textures just kind of blend right in there, and it starts on one and then it just kind of shifts and flows and ebbs and flows, and you get a little bit of what was that?
The cabbage?
Cabbage.
Yeah.
Little crunch.
I'm going to squeeze by.
The meat holding its own right in there, and then the mashed potatoes gives you that smooth and
Are you getting some of the smoke? from the meat?
Definitely got the smoke, and then with the mustard, what the mustard added is that little spice.
Yeah.
I can't, hang on, I can't wait here.
I think, you know, the way you were describing, is that good?
That pairing is awesome.
When you have a lot of flavors like this.
Hang on a second.
He needs to check, make sure he's right.
It's almost gone. It's almost gone. When you have a dish with a lot of flavors like this, you don't want to have a wimpy wine, and this is definitely not a wimpy wine. And when you have a strong wine, you don't want wimpy food, or you're just one's gonna eclipse the other one. So just the smells, even though I haven't tasted it, the smells and the texture and everything that's in here is really in alignment with what this wine is all about. A lot of flavor.
That exceeded my expectations, and with you, Steve, my expectations are always very high. This guy is flat out. I almost said ass, but anyway, he's flat out a great chef, and he does his little spins on your traditional foods, which is what makes Wilson Creek or the Creekside Grille so special. It's just that little extra, and it's most of it, I can't say all of it, from scratch.
Farm to table, right? Don't you procure most of this locally, right?
I write the checks to all these different vendors.
He knows. I spend all of his money.
Everything else. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is a fabulous combination. These two guys nailed it, hit it out of the park. Come on out Friday, Saturday nights until this COVID thing changes, and maybe even after, who knows. We just take it one day at a time.
Dinner service.
You guys.
Beautiful.
Thank you for
cheers.
Thank you guys for supporting us. Thank the ladies behind the camera. They're out there doing working hard to get this to you. So this is the first of a few series we'll probably be doing. We'll probably have some guest chefs coming in.
There you go. You got replaced already?
No. I got a secret weapon coming. Again, we'll hold that for later. We'll just kind of go from there. We'll just continue to do this. It's kind of like your wine education. We do the food education.
There you go.
We combine them together, and that's what it's all about: sharing good wine with good food
and good friends. There you go.
So, cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Enjoy.